Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, it's May Day. May Day. May 1st. All right. And what a perfect time to have Jennifer Belcastro, okay, from the Summerlin office on today. Jennifer, please hit *6 on your phone so we can hear you, please. *6.
Hi.
Hey, you are. Jennifer, welcome to the show. How you doing today?
I'm fabulous. It's Monday. Let's go, guys.
I know, let's go, right? Welcome to Monday. All right, so tell us a little about yourself, how long you've been doing this, all that good stuff, please.
My name is Jennifer Belcastro. I come from the entertainment casino industry, and I've been doing real estate about going on 3 years now in June. So let's say about 3 years. So I've been in the hospitality industry all my life. And I transitioned into real estate during COVID, not because we were in COVID. I had a client say to me that I would be a good person to advocate for him to sell him a home just based on my aggressiveness in the casino world, because in the line of work that I did, you had to do a lot of negotiations on different things such as table limits and discounts and so forth, and put together casino events. And so he trusted in me. And so I went to get my license right before COVID. And so here I am, and I still consult on the side for some casinos, but my main line of work is real estate, and I love it. And so that's how I got into the business.
Awesome. Yeah, and you've come out of the gates pretty hot. You had some really good years last year. Geez, I can't remember. What number did you, last year you finished up there? What number did you finish in all of Nevada?
I finished number 7, and
number 7, that's right.
Yeah, and I did $19,899,000 in business.
So 20. We'll round you up.
Yeah. If I got a little push, I would have got to 20, but that's okay. So yeah, I'm super motivated, super driven. I like to help other people because we're all in this together. And I'm super excited where the next half of this year is going. The market is hot. We have not a lot of inventory. I think that we shouldn't let the interest rates scare us. I know that, the feds and everything are going to be talking on May 3rd and May 10th, and rates might go up slightly a little bit, but they are, I can't say for certain, but they are talking about, rates going down in the summer and towards the end of the year. And I still think it's a great time to buy. My story one is I like to share this because it puts everybody into reality. I'm sorry, my computer is just going off over here. I sold my house in, I think, 18 or 19. I lived in a really nice home, and I actually did sell it for less than what I bought it for, but I lived in it so long that I had equity in it. But even back then, we're not back to those prices in 18 and 19, and even in 20 when we were in COVID. COVID was pretty hot. COVID, you couldn't get a house. You were doing multiple offers, and that was really a high price. So we're not even at that. So if you really think about it, where we are today, let's just pretend like we're in year 21 versus even 22. We are still in a strong market. So I feel it's our job to educate if you're trying to get a listing to the sellers. I don't think people are spoiled, but I think they're so used to hearing about these high prices that they were able to get. We could still leverage that also by 2-to-1 buy downs if they sell their house for a little bit higher and offer some closing costs because they can net more when you sell your house higher. But I don't even know if you need to do that anymore because the market's hot. We're busy. I mean, every title company I'm talking to, they're closing some deals. I mean, there's just not a lot out there.
Right. Yeah. And you said the key things there. Educate them as to what's going on right now. And, that's the key. You got to educate them to what's going on right now. And, I would say a little opinion is good, but a lot of facts is better based on, like you said, the market is pretty hot right now. Look, everybody has to get over this, okay? And this is just I've been doing this for 39 years. Got my license at 12. No, I'm kidding. I've been doing this for 39 years, and I know. Here's what I know: April of 2020 to pretty much the end of 2021 was an 18 to 20 month fantasy run that I've never seen before. Now I've seen a couple markets that were close, 2003, 4, 5, and they were pretty hot, but there was a lot more inventory on the market. There was a lot more going on to create. That market was almost manufactured by loan programs and a bunch of fraud and all kinds of. This one, mostly arm's length. And of course, there's some investors, but the inventory continues to shrink because we're not putting new properties like new construction and other things on the market at anywhere near the pace the last 15 years as any other time in history. So we're getting to a supply and demand issue, and that's going to continue. So as long as you're out there doing the activities, and I know, Jennifer, you came out of the gates hot. You have a really good, you know a lot of people. You're from here. So I know that you work your sphere mostly to do your business, right?
Yes. And, for people that are out there that, even if you're new to Las Vegas or you don't feel like you have a sphere, you can build a sphere. You can go to your local restaurants, your coffee shop, join clubs, book club, or pickleball, or at your local gym or whatever, just to get to know people and not necessarily just go, oh, I do real estate. You become friendly with them, learn about them, and then the next thing you know, like you tell them what you do, and they're like, they might ask about the real estate market, and maybe you ask them to go play pickleball, or you say, hey, would you like to get together outside the gym or whatever. I mean, the main thing that I've learned is, because I'm very aggressive, is not to always just go out to them and go, well, do you want me to sell your home, or do you have a house to sell? Like, it's really nice to get to know somebody and maybe call them up and talk about their kids or what have you, because let's face it, all of us, if we're honest, sometimes you're talking to somebody and you really don't even know what to talk about. So you're like, okay, so how's real estate? They're going to ask you. You don't need to ask them. And so I deal with a lot of referral business, and I like to just share this quick story. I got a referral about 2 weeks ago to go take someone to look at a place, and it has to do with an athlete. And I took the mom out, and the mom, obviously has mama bear going on, and she got to know me and she liked me. And then her son came, and then I asked the son, can I have your phone number? And she said, well, don't blow up his phone. And I never called him once. And the next thing right now we're writing a contract, and I'm friends with now the dad that's a predominant athlete and superstar. And he said, Jen, if we get this deal, I'm going to send you lots of deals. So this all happened in 2 weeks. But the one thing I did not do is, after I showed her a couple places, I did not call her the next day. She probably expected me, or anybody else would think, oh, we need to follow up. Yes, you need to follow up, but it all depends on the client. You can't be aggressive. You know what I'm saying? And just be on top of these people. And I feel that I've learned a lot in the last couple of years, because I am so aggressive, how to handle each individual. And this is a success now that I'm going to build more for myself with these people. I'm always there to help everybody. And I can tell you, I'll be doing a different approach for the rest of this year. I would like to say that I'm going to do the numbers I did last year. It's not a matter of me. I'm not a one-done kind of. I'm not bragging, but since I was young, whatever job that I did in sales, I was always a top producer because I'm driven. But this year, I was trying to do some more organizing, learning the VAC, doing things like that. But that we still have 7 months of this year, and I feel like I'm gonna be more successful, and I'm going after a little bit of a different market. And also January, February was tough. I sold a really good house in January, but then I had some listings that February struggled a lot. That month, February, was tough. But I just want to let everyone know right now, I would love to learn from everyone that's listening on this phone. If everyone could like reach out to Rick to get my number, I would love to like maybe once a month have a call with you guys, because I can help you guys. You could help me. I'm always one to listen to other people. But I have some really good things. I always do handwritten notes. You just have to just be personal with people. So that's just my thought. And the goal for the rest of my year is to farm just a couple areas and in a different style and a different manner. And that's what I'm going to do. So.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, the key is, when you got started, you tried a little bit of everything, and you figured with your contacts and the people you know and so forth, and you've been able to multiply because you do an incredible job with your customer service. You stay in touch with people, and they're going to call you back, and they're going to tell their friends and so forth. And I do think what you said is critical. You have to, like I'm a telephone person, right? But if someone tells me, oh, no, just text me, I'll text them. But a lot of times when people say that during a real estate transaction, then they call you. So if they violate their own rule, I just start calling them, because I think in real estate, you call, the human voice is way more assuring. It's more comforting than just text. But if they want me to text, I'm going to start. So I listen until they give me reason, because, it's like your doctor. Your doctor's not going to text you. They call you, unless they're confirming an appointment, right? You have an issue, they call you, they go over it, right? So I think you have to really read your people, and I think it's important to listen to them, right?
For sure. And, one of the other things, too, I want to point out to everybody that I've learned, we all have lenders and title people that come after us. And so you have to know your client. Not every lender is for every person. We all love, someone from this company and that company and this person and that person. But personality types do play a role in who you're dealing with, or maybe if they have really good credit, or they have a lot of rental properties, and you need someone that knows how to leverage that they have so many properties and they need to get a special rate. I mean, there really are. I mean, you need to have more than one lender in your pocket, more than one everybody in your pocket, because what if you don't get a deal because the lender or whatever that you set them up with, and they go, well, and I hate to say it that way, but it's true. You need to have more than one. We all have our favorites. We could talk to the people and tell them about our client, but I think it's really important to have more than one person in your pocket.
Definitely. Okay, cool. All right, good. All right, so, I like to ask this question because I love to hear what agents like yourself have to say. If I want to be a success in this business, what would be and you've already given them a bunch of tidbits, but what would be the top 3 things you tell them to focus on?
Definitely network your sphere. If you don't have a sphere, like I said, create your sphere. I would say follow up and not talk about real estate when you follow up. Talk about their family. I would say be creative. If you're going to farm, if you're going to door knock, if you're going to cold call, however you're going to do it, be creative. Like if you're calling a FSBO, like I gave this in one of your classes, do your research. Look the person up on Facebook. Google them. Know about your FSBO that you're calling. Know the person. That way when you're speaking to them, you might not use the exact script, but you're going to use the script that you're given, and then you're going to alter a little bit based on what you know about the person. So that way you feel that you know the person. One thing that I'm going to do, like I'd like to share with you guys, is that like I'm going to go after a neighborhood that I've never sold before, right? So how do I do that and be successful with that? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to compartmentalize that I work for this great company, Berkshire Hathaway, and I'm going to say, hi, my name is Jennifer Belcastro. I don't know if you've noticed that, Berkshire Hathaway has sold several properties in your neighborhood, and I'm a part of this great, fabulous team. I was a top producer last year, and, I'm not trying to sell your home, but I'd like to know more about your family and your neighbors, and, maybe I'd like to take you out for lunch or, come by and just, know more about you. And maybe we can, if your neighbors or anyone need anything, I'd like to bring something of value to you just from Berkshire Hathaway, just because we're all in your neighborhood. And, not really say, I want to sell your house. Or are you looking to sell? Just soft sell them first and let them know that like I'm a company person and that I'm there with Berkshire Hathaway. And then if they like me, they're going to probably start talking to me about,
Want to use you.
Yeah, I think that sometimes different approaches you have to look at.
Right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Good. All right. So, all right. How about I think networking and doing your sphere and calling around your listings and stuff, especially in your farm. It sounds like would that be like a farming example?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. All right. So that's number one. What would be number two? Give us another one, please.
Well, okay. Well, I said working the sphere. That was one. So two would be the farming. Three.
Yep.
Well, going, like all the people that you sold homes to, I would reach out to them to see if they have any friends or family that, are looking, but I wouldn't start the conversation with that. I would ask them how they love their new home. I would maybe do some get-togethers, maybe a couple times a year, for either past clients or new clients, like coffee talk or like somewhere like at Lola's Cafe or something like that. Just some kind of, thanking them for your client, and they might bring somebody with them. Right. So something like
asking for referrals after you've done a stellar job. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But see, I'm trying to not be like, oh, hi. So hey, Rick, so I sold your house a year ago. So how you like it? Oh, it's great. Okay. Do you have a referral for me? I want to soft into it. Do you like your home? It's great. Well, how does your neighbors? Well, I'd love to get a referral from you. Hey, you know what? Why don't we get together? Why don't we just get a quaint group together of some of your friends that you think might be looking to sell or might be interested in moving from another state, and let's get together and make a small group of 12, and let's go to Cafe Lola's and bring some of your friends, something like that. Right.
So yeah, you want to keep it more social and friendly and so forth, and then by doing that, and I think it's great. I've coached a lot of agents who keep it more like that. I know, there's people do pop buys, they do all kinds of things like that to keep it like that. And I think it's great. And ultimately, they're going to ask you about real estate. I used to say things like, I was driving through your neighborhood, I haven't talked to you in a while, or hey, I saw your son on Facebook or Instagram, with his soccer team, or whatever. Happy anniversary if they're getting, the 25th wedding in, or whatever. There's all kinds of reasons and excuses to call them, right? Or talk to them or stop by.
Yeah. Well, I actually left that part out. Yeah. So that how I kept saying not to talk about real estate? That's kind of what I was insinuating. So I would call you, hey, Rick, so, oh my God, so I saw that you were in Cabo. That's so awesome. I know someone else that was in Cabo too, or whatever. Or yeah, I was driving by your neighborhood and I was thinking about you. I haven't heard from you in a minute. How's it going in the new house? Or I ran into a friend. I can't remember the name who it was, but they were saying you were doing so great, but the friend really wasn't the friend. You know what I mean? Yes, I understand. So you just don't go in and just, you want to be about them.
Right.
So
keep it about them, for sure.
I don't know. I think that everybody has their way. I'm not a door knocker, so I everyone is successful on their way. But if you are a door knocker, just bring us something of value for them, like that buyer's guide. In the middle of the buyer's guide, they have all those resources. You can tell them well, we're not looking to move yet, but we have to fix some things in here. Great. Well, here, we're going to give this to you. If you need anything, here's some comps on the back of the last house sold. And if you're ever interested, and then follow up with a note and maybe continue to follow up with them just depending on the conversation. But, I don't door knock, but that's the strategy that I would use.
Okay. All right, good. Yeah. And like you said earlier, even with what's going on with mortgages, interest rates, and oh my God, this new Fannie Mae law coming out today, right? There's still all kinds of business out there for all of us.
There is. And, the thing is I think one thing is educating people about getting with a lender before they go out looking at houses is really important too. And so that helps you get them with your lender that you want, even if they don't pull credit right away, but at least it starts that relationship where they're going to want to call you because you've got them with your lender, your lender of choice, or if you have two. And that kind of helps you, and it makes you look like you care, because a lot of people just go out there and they start looking at a house and they go, okay, I want to buy this house. Well, do they even know what they qualify for? So.
Right. Absolutely. All right, cool. All right, awesome. All right, so what is your goal for the rest of this year? How much would you like to do between now and the end of the year? And I know you look at it a little differently, so I think it may be advantageous for them to hear that.
Oh God, you're putting the pressure on me. Well, I'm going into a different approach. So if I can do maybe another 12 million the rest of the year, it's gonna probably be a little bit less than what I did last year, just a little bit less. But what I'm doing is I'm trying to change how I do things with my marketing and how I'm going after different clients. And some of those might not close as quick. Don't want to come out and say what I'm doing, but I'm going to be talking to Troy and so forth about starting something else with the company, let's just say that will benefit the whole company and with all the stuff that's happening in Vegas. So I'm trying to make my future business better by coming up with ideas to grow my business for the future. So this might be like a middle year, but I'm still going to do well about that.
Right. And yeah, and I just saw this morning that Vegas is the number 2, I don't know what magazine or what person came up with this, but the number 2 destination for people moving to right now, which is pretty good. We've always been like in the top 10 and in the top 5, but as of this morning, we were in number 2 for destinations. And if you think about it, it makes perfect sense because of our price of housing, cost of living, taxes, and so forth. It's a great place to live.
Yeah, I was going to post that today, but I had too much fun yesterday at Red Rock with my son's birthday.
Good for you.
Yeah, well, it's actually tomorrow, but yeah, we rented a cabana at Red Rock. Yeah, that is true. But, I come from the casino industry. I've always said we're the number 1 entertainment destination in the world, and we're only becoming bigger. So that's something that I'm trying to do. Rick, I'll share with you, off the record what I want to do.
In the entertainment business. Yeah. No, it's great.
Yeah. So that's what I'm working on. So like if I can get this, what I'm thinking off the ground, that's going to take time away from selling homes. It's only going to make everybody and myself better for the next year. But I'm going to continue.
Are you saying that you'll be working with all of Mark Wahlberg's friends that are moving here from Hollywood? Is that what you're saying?
After my
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Hey, listen,
you don't have to answer that. I'm joking.
Okay. After my son cut his finger at his house, I better. I'm just kidding. So yeah, no, it's something like that. You know what I mean? So it's exciting.
Yeah. I got you.
So happy to be a part of this company. And Rick, if it wasn't for you, you just keep me going all the time. You're so awesome. Everyone that works with Rick, gotta love Rick. So, but I'm kind of being vague about my goal for the rest of the year because I have bigger things. I'm a visionary. And so if I could do this all over again, I would have started this at the very beginning because I do have some great connections and, but I'd like to have other people be a part of it too. I like to share. I'm not greedy. So if anybody wants ideas or if they want, like I said, collaborate, love to do that. I'm a team player and I'm just here just to work and just be a part of this great company.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And yeah, and you have your, like I was saying, you have your own unique way of doing it, but with your contacts. And like you said, everybody can build. And I talk about it in Success Series all the time. There's ways to build your sphere, and it's fun doing it. If you're from here and you already have a sphere, great. It doesn't really matter. You can build one, but you're always going to be using the other lead sources to build your sphere. And I love it when you hear guys like Mark Wahlberg. I don't know, but I'm on his Facebook feed or Instagram feed now, and I see him all over the city, just walks into Albertsons and does like a little cameo there with his tequila. And, he's pumping Las Vegas, calling it the new Hollywood, which is great. And, we got the baseball team moving here. We already have this team. Since I've moved here, it's gone from a mostly casino, I used to jokingly call it the fake city, to a real city because we've got all kinds of stuff going on. It's going to continue. So I would also recommend, if you're dealing with people, and I know you do this, Jennifer, too. If you're dealing with people that live here, nothing wrong with picking up a condo or a single family as an additional amount to your retirement fund or two, because they'll definitely pay you off in the long run. It's a great place to own real estate right now too, because the valley's only going to get so big, and then we're going to bump into the mountains on every side, and we'll have more room to grow.
No,
so keep doing that too. All right, Jennifer, go ahead. Any final words you want to leave these lovely people?
Just think outside the box, work a sphere. If you don't have your sphere, just network. I'm telling you, that's the number one thing. I mean, there's all different ways that we're taught how to do things, and you have to do what works best for you. But talking to people is the best way. So if it's on the phone, if you're not wanting to be on the phone, go out and meet people, sit at a restaurant, sit at a bar. If you don't drink soda and pretend like it's a drink, whatever you want to do, just sit and meet people. Like that because people get to know you. And then when they know you, they're going to want to call you.
Right. Exactly right. Love it. All right, Jennifer, I just want to say thank you very much for taking your time out today. I'm sure everybody got something out of this, and we'll be running this everywhere and, all the social media and so forth too. So hopefully you get a few referrals out of it too. All right. Thank you for your time today. Really appreciate it.
All right. Thanks. Bye, Rick.
Thank you. All right. We'll talk soon. Thanks, Jen. Bye, everybody. We'll do this again in a week.